Democrats nearly won this seat 2 years ago, and since then, North Carolina lawmakers, forced by the courts, have made this district even more competitive. Ross has some 30 years of political experience. Hurtado's making his first bid for political office.
Our community is very diverse, and this campaign is about including everyone in the conversation.
When I go out in the community here, people remember me as the guy who got this done or the guy who did that.
The incumbent reminds voters of what he's accomplished. The challenger promises a new direction for Alamance County, starting with education.
My opponent and many Republicans across the state have no plan on how to fix that. And they've continuously not invested in public education. And so as a product of public schools and as someone who is also now an educator working with families who are really struggling to make ends meet.
You look at what we've done in the last 8 years, we've had 6 pay increases for teachers over a 6-year, every year for 6 years. In fact, we were #1 in the region in pay increases for teachers over that 6-year period.
I want to make sure that other working families across the district, similar to mine, have an opportunity to weather the storm that we're going through and make sure that they come out stronger on the other end of it.
Do you think that the Democrats are asking for something that's unfair? Are they making hay out of something that doesn't exist?
I think the Democrats are doing what they do every 2 years and have done ever since I was in high school. And it's just like clockwork. Every 2 years, they come out, it's the same rhetoric about education.
In a county sharply divided over Confederate monuments, Hurtado and Ross are united in their call for dialogue over the monument outside the county courthouse in Graham.
Well, I think, first of all, I think the local government in Graham and in the county should be having a discussion about it. And, you know, really, from what I understand, there hasn't been no discussion. It's just been mostly, well, we'll just say no discussion. And you know, we can't move forward if we can't sit down and talk about things.
There's a frustrated community that feels like their voice hasn't been heard for generations. And we have local officials that refuse to listen to their concerns.
What do you think North Carolina should do about its Confederate monuments right now?
I've always felt like that these things were local government issues.
The legislature passed a law several years ago protecting them, the monuments.
Well, but in that statute, they also left an opening for a community to make a decision if that community finds that there are safety issues involved.
Safety concerns recently led Lexington officials to petition the courts in an effort to remove the Confederate monument from its downtown. Similar concerns were raised in Graham, but so far, no action has been taken.
We need to make sure that these monuments, which were erected in an era of white supremacy, essentially, are removed from seats of power in North Carolina. I certainly don't think the conversation is over by any means. Much of the challenge is that local communities like to hide behind state policy that tells them that they may not remove the monument.
The two candidates have different views on the pandemic. How do you rate the governor's response in handling the pandemic?
Well, I think the problem with the governor's response to the pandemic has been his picking and choosing who can open and who can't open.
I got COVID in June, and that my wife and I were pretty sick for about 3 weeks. I have severe asthma. And so I was very worried for about 3-4 days. Thankfully, it was a relatively mild case. We need to understand that there's a balancing act between the public health of our community and also a healthy economy and healthy schools. And they're all actually tied together. So the faster we can get this pandemic under control, the faster we can open schools and small businesses again.
There are a number of businesses that won't come back after the pandemic. So I think the governor could have been a little more flexible. You know, people call the governor's office, they get a recording, and then nobody calls them back.
One advantage Hurtado holds in this race is in fundraising. The newcomer has raised over $180,000. The incumbent just over $10,000. Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.